on my way to tribal, I got to thinking that if Parvati and Danielle are selfish, like they should be, and smart, like they should be if they're here on Survivor, they will both vote Russell and send him home saving themselves. And I thought, if I want to look really smart, I'm going to switch my vote from Russell to Parvati. That way, regardless of if Danielle and Parvati vote Russell, I vote Parvati, she still goes home. But in the end, like, who would have thought, like, Russell stands up out of nowhere, gives the idol away when he knows he's on the chopping block, and it's the exact same instant that I also had decided to switch my vote from making it a three-way tie to putting everything on Parvati, and thus sending myself home. It's hard because the All-Star game is so much a different dynamic than the first time you play this game. When you play with complete strangers that you don't know, that have never played the game, it's really about building personal relationships. It's about enjoying the experience. It's about having fun. It's about surviving. It's about building camp and having a pleasurable camp life. And when you play with these all-stars, everybody's just out for blood immediately, which is fine. It just steps up the game from day one. And it does take some of the fun out of it. The social game is actually pretty easy for me. I don't have a hard time getting my foot in the door and building relationships with others. The one problem I do have is being superficial with morons. So building a relationship with Danielle was a bit of a struggle, just because it's like, I could talk about Barbie dolls and horrible boob jobs or whatever, but I don't want to. And so I didn't, you know, and I sometimes don't make an effort there where I probably should be a little bit more superficial towards those lifeless people, but it's not even worth it to me. Like, I don't know why. In Brazil, it was the same thing. It was like, I could try and build a relationship with Sierra, but I'd have to dumb it down so much that I'd be ashamed of myself. My favorite part of the game this time was just beating the heroes so thoroughly. Like, seeing their faces every time we destroyed them, it was beautiful. It was like, those guys never expected to lose to us, and they're all these muscle-bound meatheads who, you know, probably some of them are literate, but I would guess that maybe only 50%. And to see them be like, oh, you know, they just expect to win everything, and it's funny to me that they expect that of themselves, when the only things they've ever won are the things that their skill set is perfectly in tune with. Like, okay, it's easy for Rupert to win a beard growing challenge. Cool, yeah, but try something else and you're gonna get crushed. So it's funny that they come in and expect to win because they think that they have the upper hand. When I think the villains, it's interesting because we're villains not because, well, we are villains because of the way we played. But the way we played was we thought about the game and we were strategic about it. And the heroes, I don't think, had the talent to be so strategic, and so that's why they're the heroes. I didn't really even get to play my game, so proud, I don't know. I felt like I had a good setup going, and I ended up being on the losing end of luck and taking a risky move maybe too early in the game. But I think what I had set up in the game thus far was pretty strategic and would have gotten me real far had I played my cards just a little bit different in this one circumstance. America thinks I'm an idiot, and I'm ashamed of myself. Don't look at me. Stop. But no, really, I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna be fine. It's a game. It's a fun game to play, and you know, I'd rather go out a different way than this, but there'll be other opportunities for me, I'm sure.